Okay. It says it's working, which is great. Okay, cool. So, to make a long story short, I know that I said in a previous video, if the video was uploaded, I hope it was, but sorry, I don't have my glasses on. I said that I'm going to upload once a week, but right now I am in my last semester of college, my last fall semester, and my last year of college, I really should say. And so all of my time and energy are going towards school, basically. Assignments, projects, things of that nature. If you hear anything, I have my fan on because it's a little hot in here, and it's blowing towards my dream catcher, and it has like chimes on it, so you might hear the chimes. But at first I was gonna stop making videos until I got a camera because I was trying to do the whole record from my phone thing and it wasn't working. And then I realized that I can record live, and I'd rather record live and have no one watch until after the fact than just not create any type of content, because I was definitely like, okay, so I guess I'm not creating content. Might need some lip gloss. Hold on a second. Guess I'll just put this one on for now. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I've had a lot on my mind, and I've had a lot of things that I really wanted to talk about and discuss. The camera's over there. Wanted to talk about and discuss, and today I wanted to talk about now. I know that this lip gloss is really wacky, but it tones down as it settles. It's like really, really silvery. And this is the Full On Lip Polish by Buxom in the shade Sugar. Is it necessarily my shade? No, but I put stuff on top of it and it tones it down, and it has a very nice like menthol effect to it, which I like. I moisturize my skin with my everyday moisturizer, which is the vitamin C cream from the Vitamin Shop, and for my underneath my makeup moisturizer, and plus it's wintertime, so I do like to double up on moisturizing. I use the True Cream Aqua Bomb, and I got this little sample size in a Nipsey bag. So, matter of fact, I'm going to start off with eyes. And I'm using the Through My Eyes I Love Sarah Hi, Sarah, by ColourPop, because I wanted to do something green today. And that's what the palette looks like. It's really gorgeous. But, yeah. I wanted to talk about femininity and feminine energy because I've been observing a lot of very specific feminine narratives on YouTube and just in general, and comparing it to my personal life and my personal experience, and noticing the similarities and the differences between how I was raised and what I now believe as a 22-year-old, almost 23-year-old. You know, how I portray my femininity, how that's changed in my life experiences, and what I personally believe femininity is for, at least in my life. What I'm supposed to use my feminine energy for. So just so I have this thing where wait. Sometimes I forget to prime my eyes, but feel like I should use the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. And I scraped it off. This is the shade Dark 40. Because sometimes I'll just go right in. Sometimes I'll just go right in and put eyeshadow on my eye. But where was I? Right, so growing up, with my upbringing, I was raised conservative Christian. I was raised Seventh-day Adventist, which is a whole other story in itself. But in my denomination, femininity is not the type of femininity that most women follow today is not celebrated, and it's not praised. They're very big on, stripping women of what they deem as the vanity that can come with femininity. Vanity in the sense that when you're Seventh-day Adventist, and you're a woman, your outfit choices are restricted. Your lifestyle is restricted. There isn't really much for you to explore. You are born to serve God, and so, no makeup, no jewelry, no piercings, cover your body, cover your knees, cover your shoulders, no revealing clothing. When you maintain your virginity, when you get married, you are to remain married. And if you get divorced, you are not allowed to get remarried. And that's just that is the rule. And that's really just that on that. Women, this is the rule, of course, is not the same for men. Men can get remarried after they've been divorced. But women are restricted from getting remarried because in the eyes of the church, and they will say in the eyes of God, you are still seen as yoked, equally yoked to your husband, regardless of marital status. And so getting remarried or being in another relationship after a divorce is deemed as or seen as cheating on your husband. So it was very, very interesting. I, grew up. My parents got divorced when I was young, and my mom, being a follower of the denomination, never got remarried. She always kind of dreamed of getting remarried, but I don't think that even when she was married to my dad, she understood that, at least from my perspective now and from what I see, being married and being in a relationship with a man, I'm speaking about men in particular because I don't know what it's like to date a woman. It's depending on the era that the man was born and, what type of person he is, there isn't really much leeway per se. I'm gonna go into the Jackie Aina palette and put something down in my crease just to soften it up. This green is not a color that I expected it to be, but that's okay. Glad I did my eyes first. No, but I don't think that, and I'm going in with the shade Ginger, and I'm using the same brush, and I'm just going to do this. But yeah, I don't think my mom understood not what it means to be married. I will say that. She didn't really understand what it means to be married, and what it means to be married to a black man, and the type of sacrifices that you are expected to make. I'm not going to say you have to make. You're expected to make some of these sacrifices, and segueing that into right now and how I feel about relationships. I don't know. I'm a bit conflicted. I, growing up, always had this idea that, you know, when I'm in a relationship with a guy, he is going to like me for me and, you know, appreciate what I bring to the table, and that would be greater than the image that I portray. But recently I've been seeing a lot of videos, and I'm not bashing these videos. I'm addressing them because I believe that Spirit puts things in your path for you to see for a reason and for you to register them in a certain manner. I have been seeing these videos of women saying, you know, this is what it means to be feminine, and black women, a lot of dark-skinned women, this is what it means to be feminine, this is how you're supposed to act, this is how you're supposed to look, this is how you're supposed to be. My personal definition of femininity for myself, the definition I hold to myself, is definitely cleanliness, and I mean that on a physical sense. Cleanliness, establishing rituals for yourself that are self-care and self-love, things that you enjoy to do, things that you like. I can't see, I'm not sure if anyone's here, but if you're here, hi. Things that you like to do, whether you're the type of woman who likes to get her nails done every week or 2 weeks. Personally, my feminine rituals are painting my toes, things like painting my toes. I like to burn incense. I like to listen to music. I like to get waxes, things like that. Things that you would do. I'm going in with credit right on the outer edge here. Things that you would do regardless of the presence of a man. Things that you would do regardless of the presence of a man in your life, right? Those are things that I count as feminine rituals. I'm just looking at this and seeing if this is what I want. I'm doing this with my eye open because I do really want to kind of isolate this brown shade. Oh, and I'm using a crown brush. This is a double-sided brush that I got in a Nipsey bag. But those are things that I like to do for my femininity. And as I progress, those things will change. Some things might drop off, some things might add on. Who knows? And I see a lot of a lot of women, a lot of young women who, when you talk about femininity, they always go into dating, giving dating advice, which is fine. I feel like dating is very specific to you as an individual, and I don't necessarily believe that there are specific rules that you should follow as a woman and as a black woman, because everyone has a different level of tolerance. But, you know, there's a lot of play when these conversations are had. There's a lot of play on, following the traditional feminine archetype, appearing weak or appearing docile, and I'm using the term using loosely, using men to your advantage as a tool, and as a way for you to move up in society. Keep in mind, I'm hearing this coming from the background of a person who came from a strict religious background where the lifestyle of your husband is your lifestyle, regardless of whether or not you like it. You're in the marriage, you chose him, and if he's poor, you're poor. If he's rich, you're rich. I have a lot of qualms about that, and I say that from the position of someone who has strived and pushed herself to become an entrepreneur. It's very touch and go for me, because it's like, okay, I think I want to go in with Sponsored from the Jack Hanna palette, just because it has that kind of greenish hint to it. Using the other side of this crown brush. But yeah, it's kind of weird to me, because there are women who still believe in the I want a man to provide me, I'm using my finger now, provide me with a certain lifestyle. So pretty. Jackie, you did your thing on this, Mom, because this is gorgeous. Gorgeous. And don't worry about this up here, I'll handle that, deal with that. But yeah, it's very like traditional, very, men are gonna provide you with a certain lifestyle. Now, me personally, just based on personal experience, and this could be me coming from a place of pain, I never, ever, ever want to place dependency on another person, especially not a man. Keep in mind, my dad was very active in my life. Do I agree with all of his methods and, the kind of upbringing that resulted from those methods? My dad wasn't a mean guy. He's not a mean person at all, honestly. My dad raised me as a woman, take care of myself. Um, and I think that my dad made an effort to teach me how to be a person, which is very, very important. He taught me how to be a person before anything else. And when it came down to my mom, and your mom is supposed to, in my eyes, is supposed to kind of guide you in that direction of femininity. I didn't really get that from her. My mom was going through a divorce. She was a single parent, coming from, a big family, coming from a completely different culture. I think that I'm gonna say that I caught her at a bad time, and she wasn't able to be the very best that she could be. But from that experience, I did learn what not to do, who not to be, what I don't see as beneficial behavior, as a beneficial attitude for any woman to have in life when you are trying to progress in a certain way. But coming back to, kind of using men as a stepping stool, I feel like I don't understand it because I don't understand why. To me, it's like playing Russian roulette with your life, A man, anybody really, can wake up one day, look at you, and say, I don't want to be with you anymore. Maybe that's just because my parents got divorced and I kind of, am speaking from that place. But people are very unpredictable, and they can change their mind at any time. And they can say, you know what? I don't like you, or I don't like this marriage. I don't want to be in it anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to leave. And, when a man isn't there, what are you going to do? I should move up closer so you guys can see this. When a man's not there, what are you going to do? How are you going to survive? How are you going to live? And that's where I am in life right now. That's how I choose to view things so that I can adequately prepare myself for the future. Okay. So on the inner corner, I went in with Soleil on the bottom and then Zam on top. Oops. But I don't know. I feel like femininity should be personal. Femininity should be something that you do because femininity is powerful. It's an energy. And when you tap into that energy, regardless of your sex, it can bring about this drive and passion and creative energy that inspires so many ideas for you. And then once you decide which ideas can be implemented into your daily life, you use your masculine energy to push those ideas forward. That's my take, right? That's my take on it. And hold on. I'm gonna go with solely with my finger. There we go. That's what I wanted. Dipped in the solar with my finger. Just a little tap. So I don't know. But then I also feel like it's possible to be too deep in one energy and the other energy. And recently I've been feeling like I've been very deep in my masculine energy all year because I've been in this mode of creation and creativity. And I was in my feminine energy thinking of ideas and things that I should do. Let me get a primer real quick. I'll be right back. I'm going to try this Thank Me Later face primer illuminating because I'm using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation in Deep Sable. And because it's matte, I want to use something illuminating underneath. Oh wow, I was not expecting this. It's iridescent. I don't know if you guys can tell. Oh wow, I've never used this. That's amazing. Oh wow. Oh wow. Use a little bit more. But yeah, I've been out of touch with my feminine energy just because I've been in a deep masculine energy for the second half of 2019. Excuse me, and me, when I am, okay, so this primer is sparkling, or it's just the eyeshadow on my fingers. But no, I've been in such a deep sense of masculine energy because I've been working all year. There we go. So much I'm using right there. I've been working all year. All year. You know, I was working in the beginning of the year because I was saving up money and paying for my summer classes so that I could graduate on time. Sorry, I'm looking at this formula on my face and on my skin. I like it so far. Right, I was working, you know, in the beginning of the year, paying for summer classes, and then over the summer, I had a state government internship. Keep in mind, I'm a screenwriting major. But I had a state government internship, which definitely introduced me to 9 to 5 life and introduced me to just how exhausting working 9 to 5 is. I commend people who do that, who make that choice for themselves and say, you know what, I'm gonna work 9 to 5 every day for the rest of my life, or at least for a large portion of my life. I commend you completely, because, you know, for an internship, granted I was in an office, so I didn't really have to worry too much about my physical appearance per se, because I wasn't always interacting with let's call them customers on a face-to-face level. But man, like, I was tired and my diet changed. You know, I started drinking coffee. I didn't drink coffee before that, and it was just very different. It was very, very different. And it definitely taught me that 9 to 5 life is not for me. It is not for me at all. I am the type of person, I need rest, I need to sleep, or else I cannot perform at my highest level, because my energy's off. So this foundation, I will say, is very, very lightweight. Very lightweight. Sorry, I have notifications popping up. But yeah, this foundation is very lightweight. I don't know. Oh, my little pump. And it's definitely buildable. I don't know. But yeah. I had envisioned for myself for that internship that, you know, I would dress up every day, which I did because I had to. It's part of the policy. And I would wear makeup because I enjoy wearing makeup. But I did not have the time. You know, I lived about 30 minutes away in good traffic, and I would drive in peak traffic every single day. I enjoy sleeping, so I had to, you know, sacrifice that aspect of my femininity just for the sake of time. And same thing goes for this semester. You know, I am not necessarily a morning person. And when I am in that feminine energy, I like to take my time and really look and see you know. Hold on a second. Ugh. Oh. It says connecting. No. In the meantime. What does that mean? Oh, 3:15. So I kind of need to hurry up. Okay. So what I'm gonna do? So I'm gonna highlight. Oh wait, no, I'm connected. Okay, cool. So yeah. I don't know. I feel like I want to tap back into my feminine energy on a physical level because I haven't been able to do so. But I also don't want to get lost in that. Because I don't think that that would be wise. That's just to brighten. Oh, I'm using the Fenty matchsticks in suede. And I just closed the blinds up just so that you guys can kind of see it a little bit better. A little quiet right now. Because I take my contour seriously. And put it to look right. But yeah. I don't know. I say all that to say that I don't want to be feminine just because of a man or a guy. You know? I don't have to do that. And I say that I don't have to do that because I have made sure that I have put myself in a position where my finances are in order. Excuse me. My finances are in order. And if I want to have a good time, I don't need a man's money to do that. Which is important to me, personally. Because when you start depending on people, not just men, people, when you start depending on people for things, that's when, you know, things can get dicey. And the interesting thing about men is we think like, oh, men are emotionless and blah blah blah. No, they're not. they are not. Do they express emotions in the same capacity that women do? No, but they definitely have feelings, and I know that. You know, sometimes I ignore that. It's okay. Oh, and I use the In the Cosmetics Fixer Elixir to spray my dry beauty blender. Not a beauty blender, Real Technique sponge. Sorry. And I like a very natural under eye highlight because I know that powder is going to lighten things anyway. I might contour just a little bit. Might. Okay. But yeah. I also try my best not to let men upset me. Not to let men upset me, bro, because I'm sensitive. I really am. And so I have to be careful when it comes to my energy and my feminine energy and, you know, who I hang out with and all that good stuff. Dang it. Wait a second. Okay. Not mad at this. This foundation is very lightweight. Very lightweight. I don't really feel anything. And my Fenty concealer is doing pretty well on top of it. Okay. Because I was shading this foundation beforehand. Trust me, I was. Going in with espresso. And for this, I'm going to take my Real Techniques. I didn't set my face with powder, but I'm going to leave it that way. And I don't really think I should set my under eyes either, just because this foundation is so dry. But yeah, I'm going to take my Matchsticks and espresso, boom, warm it up on the back of my hand. Close it up. Real Techniques. And this is just going to be contour. And then I always check my contour up onto my cheek. Just a little bit to really heighten that chisel. Well, I'm not talking because I kind of have to hurry now. It's 3:15 and I have class at 4:30. I need to be there by 5. I'll be there by 5. I'll be there by 5. But yeah. I never really want to lose sight of my purpose and lose sight of why I'm doing something, you know? And I never want to end up giving anyone. This is a Real Techniques 300 brush, and I'm taking that into that espresso shade to contour my nose. Lightly. Taking it up, bringing it down. You see it? Right? Okay? Lightly. Gently. Taking it around the bottom of the nose, the button, just to give it that, you know, give it that little cute look. And then taking this on the bottom of my contour and just verifying that for myself. Now, keep in mind I have a beauty light on, so it does change the color, but looking at it in person, I am definitely relatively close to my skin tone, which is good. Back in with this Real Techniques 200 brush. Under the jaw. Under, and then you can, under, then you can come up. But you want to start under first. For my lashes, I have a love-hate relationship with eyelashes. Not my own, but eyelashes, like false lashes. I have a love-hate relationship with them. I feel like they don't really fit my face shape. Ever. I feel like they just never fit my face. They never look the way I want them to look. Like other people put on lashes and they're like, ah, and then I put on lashes and it's like, ew. I don't know about that, but okay. And it doesn't matter if it's somebody else doing them. I've had like a really nice pair of lashes put on by someone else a few times. But I'm in desperate need of eyebrows right now, so I'm gonna get to that. Spray my face, and then do mascara. I did bring this black eyeliner over. Do I want eyeliner? So yeah, for my eyebrows, take the Maybelline Great Lash in Clear. Put that on my brows to set the hairs, and have them pointing in the direction that I want them to go. And then I wait for that to dry a little bit, and I fill them in with a brown. Or a dark brown, I really should say. There we go. Okay. Once I get these brows on, this will make more sense to me. But yeah. Excuse me. I will say that in terms of my doing YouTube, I get a lot of people, and a lot of people that are close to me, people that I love, say, oh, I could see you being this type of person, or being a beauty influencer, and so on and so forth. And it's their words that I take heed to, and that I listen to and acknowledge and respect. It's interesting because I never really saw myself in that type of light. You know, you get quiet when you're on that bottom part of the rail. You're like, let me not mess this up today. But yeah. What time is it? An hour. Oh my gosh. Well, that's pretty spot on. Takes me about 45 minutes to an hour to do my makeup. Usually. So, you know, if you've made it this far, thank you. I appreciate it. And comment below and talk to me about your idea of femininity and the rituals you've practiced, things that have been passed down to you, certain rituals that have been passed down to you. I think it's really beautiful when moms kind of pass down these rituals to their daughters, these feminine rituals. My mom and I never had that type of relationship because I had a different type of upbringing. And I think that she was very apprehensive about having to financially support certain habits in me. Like, growing up, I did my hair. a lot. I did my hair for prom, things like that. The first time I got my nails done was for prom, junior prom. First time I got my eyebrows done was for prom. So I guess feminine rituals would be from my childhood would more so be like cleaning, because that's all I really did. So all I really did was clean and cook. But I cook more so out of necessity than family bonding. My mom is the type of woman who growing up, being her child, it was very, I demand respect, and it didn't help. It didn't help. Because it just, everything was so forced and unnatural. Looking at this now. Oh, okay. I see my face coming together. It's me. That's you guys. Say hi. I'm just looking to make sure. That I'm doing this right. But yeah. Feminine rituals for me growing up were going to church and cleaning. Probably wearing contact lenses or something like that. And I have contact lenses. I don't know. I've just been into my glasses lately. But things can always change and adjust. This is definitely a sisters not twins type of moment. For these brows. But I do like to get them as close as possible. I do like this face though. I'll say that. I kind of enjoy this live tutorial situation a little bit more, just because you guys can actually see how long it takes me, at least, to do my makeup. And you can see how nitpicky I am. One thing I will say about eyebrows is that two important things about your eyebrows. I have to become content with these brows at some point. And I'm choosing to be content right now with these brows. I'm choosing to be content right now. When it comes to eyebrows, you want to get your tail and your head in order. When you get your tail and your head right, your tail, your head, and your arch. When you get those right, your brows are fine. I don't really feel like concealing under my brows today. So I'm going to spray my face, put on mascara and highlighter, and that will be the end of this. We're on 1 hour and 2 minutes now. In the cosmetics. Right. So I spray my face down, and then I take my beauty blender, a little side here, and I pat it in. Pat it in. Give a little bit of sheen to my eyes. Oh, wow. Gently pat it in. So, going with my highlighter. This is Cinnamon by Fenty Beauty. And the way I do this, I take a Real Techniques 402 brush. This is a setting brush. And I extend out a highlighter, and I just saturate the brush with it. And this, to me, gives me a gorgeous highlight. Gorgeous. Okay, it's beautiful, okay? Right? And it allows me to be able to build it up. And if I want, I can go back in with a powder and place it on top. But this is just a very nice base highlighter for me. Feeling like I'm gonna go get my Ofra highlighter and pop a little bit of that on top of this. I'm just saturating the brush again. I'm gonna retract it. Go on the other side. My highlighter is where I want it to be. Okay. And I have my for highlighter, Madison Miller collection in Sea Shimmer. And that's it. That's it. I don't need any more, trust me. Both our highlighters are not to be played with. You saw I just did the 2 taps, right? That's it. That's it. Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna put a mole on that pimple because I can. Closing that up. Time is it? 1:07. A minute and 7. An hour and 7 minutes, honey. And then pat over it, and it's done. Ooh, pretty. Pretty. Okay. This is the Betty Boop mascara. And I'm scraping some of this off of the sides because this mascara is wet. Okay. This mascara is wet. So wet that it makes me a little nervous. And with this mascara, because it's so wet, I like to use the head of the brush mainly. And then towards the center of my lash. I'm more willing to use the entirety of the brush. And there's my lash. Glad I didn't do liner. That's the other eye. As you can see, I definitely take my time, and because I scraped off a lot of the mascara product onto the rim here, I can just kind of swirl it around. Swirl the tip around, you know. And something that I like to do when I'm doing mascara is I like to look directly into the mirror and nitpick and separate. Because I hold my mirror down. So when I look straight on into it, I want to be able to go through and I separate. And that's it. Those are my eyes. And this is my face. Ta! All right. I feel ready for class. I know that much. So, yeah. You see that lip gloss is still there, and more than likely I'm just gonna put something nude or clear on top. So, that is it. That is it, that is it. This is my hair. I currently braided my locks. And yeah. I tried braiding my locks before, but I felt like they were at too much of an awkward length for me to do it and it looked cute. But I feel like this looks a lot cuter. And of course, there's a lock in here that is just free. It's in here, I promise. And it's not braided up, but that's fine. All right. In terms of my edges, you know, when I retwist them, I just take the retwist as a smoothing, and I'll go through and fix any knots and just kind of loosen the knots up. And smooth them down. Ugh. Okay. Whew. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you do end up watching this, let me know how you think and how you feel about the look. And talk to me about your childhood, your upbringing, and what it was like, and how you define femininity. for yourself. Thank you so much again for watching. And yeah, I'll see you guys when I see you. Bye.